Hello, BookTube. This is a continuing shelf tour. In this case, it's the 9th bookcase and the 5th shelf. So we'll start right off. It's French literature to start with, and then German to wrap it up on this shelf. So we'll start with Jean-Paul Sartre, Being and Nothingness. And this is one of the Philosophical Library volumes. An essay on phenomenological ontology. Translated with an introduction by Helen E. Barnes, the University of Colorado. And it's 1956. Here you go. And then moving right along, we'll go to something I got in a recent book haul, which is the Collected Works of Voltaire, library edition. And very, very yellowed paper. So this is Greystone Press, New York. So it has Zadig, the Princess of Babylon, White Bull, Candide, the Huron or Pupil of Nature, Micromegas, Sage and the Atheist, Philosophy of History, and a bunch of other stuff. Then, in a volume that needs to be replaced because it's in pretty rough shape, this is a Norton paperback fiction, The Mandarins, by de Beauvoir, whose name I always slaughter, but that's okay. New York, W.W. Norton Company, New York and London. 1954 was the original, so this one's 91. So, famous novel. Then we have Albert Camus, The First Man, his final work. His name I can say. At least I think I can. Translated from the French by David Hapgood, Alfred A. Knopf, New York, 1995. Then we have Andre Malraux, Anti-Memoirs. It's quite a character. Translated by Terence Kilmartin. Holt, Reinhardt, and Winston, New York, 1968. First American edition. Then Simone Weil by Francine de Plexix Gray. This is Weidenfeld and Nicholson, part of their live series. And this came out in 2001. That's what the end papers look like. I really enjoyed this. This was really well done. Good biography. And then the Simenon, George's, Madame Magret's Own Case. There's a little mystery. Magret Mysteries. And then Magret and the Wine Merchant. I don't have enough of these. I really, really enjoy them. I think in detective fiction, I've just always liked them. They're usually short little things. But what isn't, got a little dust bunny on it, a short little thing, is this The Kindly Ones by Jonathan Littell. Big old bruiser of a novel. And this, translated by Charlotte Mandel, HarperCollins Publishers, 2009. And it originally came out in French in 2006. So Max is an intellectual steeped in philosophy, literature, and classical music. He is also a cold-blooded assassin and consummate bureaucrat. Through the eyes of this cultivated yet monstrous man, we experience in disturbing precise detail the horrors of the Second World War and the Nazi genocide of the Jews. Pretty intense. And then to finish up this little section of it, we still have more to go with the German. This is Muriel Barbary, The Elegance of the Hedgehog. You'll have seen this on BookTube, I'm sure. And the French flaps, the Europa editions, translated from the French by Alison Anderson. We're in an elegant hotel particulier in the center of Paris. Renee, the building's concierge, is short, ugly, and plump. She has bunions on her feet. She is cantankerous and addicted to television soaps. Her only genuine attachment is to her cat, Leo. In short, she is everything society expects from a concierge at a bourgeois building in a posh Parisian neighborhood. But Renee has a secret. She is a ferocious autodidact who furtively devours art, philosophy, music, and Japanese culture. With biting humor, she scrutinizes the lives of this building's tenants, her inferiors in every way except for that of material wealth. Then there's Paloma, a super smart 12-year-old and the youngest daughter of the Joneses who lives on the 5th floor. Talented, precocious, and startlingly lucid, she has come to terms with life's seemingly futility and decided to enter her own on the day of her 13th birthday. So then we'll move away from the French and into the German. We've got Eckermann's Conversations with Goethe. And this volume is introduced by Havelock Ellis, translated by John Oxenford, and edited by J.K. Moorhead. This is Da Capo Press, New York. And this edition came out in '98. Then Thomas Mann, Holy Sinner. This is, let's see here. H.T. Lowell Porter was a translator, and Alfred A. Knopf, 1951. Then another Thomas Mann, The Magic Mountain. Again, it will be translated from the German by H.T. Lowell Porter, Alfred A. Knopf, New York, 1961. Then we got like a single volume edition, Thomas Mann, no dust jacket unfortunately, Joseph and His Brothers. Again, translated from the German by H.T. Lowell Porter with an introduction by the author, Alfred A. Knopf, 1963. So if you can buy them separately too. They were volume 1 was the Tales of Jacob. Then there's Young Joseph, Joseph in Egypt, and Joseph the Provider. Not for everyone. I liked it, but not for everyone. Then we have paperback here, Stories of 5 Decades by Hermann Hesse. Who's one of my favorites. His novel Narcissus and Goldman, which is my favorite. Let's see, I should probably say something about these. This is translated by Ursule Molinaro, Farrar, Straus and Giroux, New York, 1968. Another one I really enjoyed was The Glass Bead Game, or Magister Ludi, Hermann Hesse, in a new translation by Richard and Clara Winston. And this one, English translation, copyright 69. Then Reflections by Walter Benjamin, Essays, Aphorism, and Autobiographical Writings, edited with an introduction by Peter Demitz. Try to keep the glare down a bit. And this is Shocking Books, New York, translated by Edmund Jeffcott, and this is 1978. Then again, another great novel. It's one of my favorites of all time. I'd put it in, if I had a best of list, I think I would put it there. This is Gunter Grass's The Tin Drum. Gunter Grass won the Nobel Prize. He died a few years ago. Translated from the German by Ralph Mannheim, Pantheon Books. Translation came out in '61. It looks like this edition, well, it looks like it must be 1990, looking at the page here. Then another Gunter Grass, actually a volume that I really enjoyed, Peeling the Onion. The story of a life, of a childhood in Danzig that ends up at the beginning of World War II. The family in a crowded two-room apartment, mother, father, sister, and the young Gunther, who collects cigarette cards featuring the masterpieces of Renaissance art and dreams of enlisting in the submarine corps. So translated from the German by Michael Henry Harcourt, and it is from, let me see here, first U.S. edition, 2007. So Peeling the Onion, a memoir by Gunter Grass. That's how we'll end up this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th shelf of the 9th bookcase. That means we have one more to go and we're done with this bookcase. So thank you, BookTube.